Was there a moment where you were sort of at peace with losing or resigned to the idea that, oh, well, this is over? And at what point did you regain the belief, if so, that, hey, I'm gonna or I might actually win this?
Um, yeah, I mean, you go through a lot of different moments. I figured the way I came back from the injury timeout, still being a little bit worried how things are. That didn't help. You hope sometimes you can solve things with a medical timeout, but that was not really the case. Of course, it was already that third set was halfway gone anyhow. So it was just a matter of coming to terms, what do I have, what don't I have, in my game. And I figured that in the fourth set somehow things could go quickly, or maybe I'll hang around for a bit and then eventually he'll get the break because he was playing very well. So for the most time there, I thought that was it, and then of course there's little sparkles where you're like, oh, maybe not, and then you're like, no, it is over, but kind of, and then only maybe when I won that fourth set, really, that I think that maybe this whole thing could turn around. But I thought he was serving well. It was difficult for me to create chances, and especially after I had break point with it. Where he saved it at the net there, I really thought like that was probably my chance, and now again probably it's gonna not work out. So, and I tried to then, once I did get in the lead 4-2, I thought like, okay, we'll just think the same way, we'll play the same way, and maybe it actually will really turn around the way I was hoping to for some reason.
Roger, is this an injury that can be healed on time for the semi-final?
I hope so. I don't know if you can call it an injury. It's just pain and problems, and I need to figure it out now. But as it's not like in 18 hours, like you got a third round to play, semi-finals, you have an extra day, adrenaline. There's a lot of things. It was two good night of sleeps and doctors and physios, and hopefully we'll find out that it's actually nothing bad. It was just the groin that went really tight, and from playing a lot, who knows what, from nerves, I don't know. So I'm hopeful, but we'll find out tonight, tomorrow, the next day. We'll see how it goes.
Roger, how early did you feel the injury, and then as you start to feel it, how did you think you needed to adjust tactically?
I felt like it came midway through the second set, maybe, after he had broken me at some point. I started to feel like my defense wasn't really there, and that's also when I got the warning finally, because I was upset about the pain I was feeling. So I had been playing with that problem for a while there, but still, I still felt like he was playing great. He had the offense, he had the defense, he had the serve that I was expecting him to bring. And in the beginning, I felt great. I think he was a little bit on and off with his serve, and that allowed me to get in the lead. And then things obviously changed also, went from day to the shade, and maybe that allowed me to get back into it. But no, I started to feel, I think, about midway through the second set.
Roger, the way that you're feeling physically and the way that you're feeling about your game, I mean, do you think you can go further?
I mean, look, if I can get through a match like this and through a match like Millman, yeah, you do believe. I only believe it once it's over. I shake the hand of the opponent, and then it's over. Then it's fine, So yeah, I do always believe till it's actually over. Yeah, never before.
Obviously, it's hard to put into one answer, but can you talk about the physical and mental toll it takes to reach this point of a slam?
Yeah, I mean, some are easier than other years. This one definitely has been tough in many different ways. But then again, I didn't feel like I wasted too much emotional energy out there today because I came to terms quickly that things weren't exactly the way I wanted them to be, and instead of dwelling over them, I just felt like, okay, I'll just play with it and see what can be done, see if he can put me away or not. And when I got to the fifth set, I was like, oh, it's already fifth set, you know. It's like I don't even feel nearly as exhausted like against Millman. So I felt actually I recovered very well from that match. So I'm also hopeful, because I didn't feel like I didn't get spent completely today, that I'm hopeful that I can recover actually. And it really depends sometimes how you're feeling inside, you know, how much it takes away from you. But I must say I feel pretty good right now.
Roger, congratulations. We're not used to seeing you frustrated on a tennis court. Can you talk us through what happened with the alleged swearing incident in the third?
I mean, I don't know. I understand. Back in the day, I feel like we could speak to lines people. Nowadays, they tell me, go speak to the umpire. I'm like, okay, fine, then I'll go speak to the umpire. I walk across the court because they're not allowed to speak to the players. And honestly, to be frustrated at one point for over, I don't know, 15 hours throughout the match, I think it's normal. I found it a bit tough, you know. It's not like I'm known to throw around words and whatever. It's not like the whole stadium heard it either, but no problem, I'll accept it.
Was it not in English, Roger?
It was a mix.
Was it mixed?
Clearly she speaks mixed, so didn't know that.
So
Next time I got to check the lines people.
So possibly you'll meet Novak in the next round, and combined you have 13 of the last 16 Australian Opens. How would you explain the dominance you two have here, and how are you feeling going into this 50th meeting?
I don't know. I think conditions suit us well here. We start the year strong, probably something to do with court speed, you know, feel comfortable down here. So yeah, even he's not there yet. I mean, I'm never gonna disrespect any player. So Milos is a tough guy, but yeah, I mean, Novak also he got on all these runs, you know, like I did. You know, for 10 years he did the same for the last 10 years. So and it helps when you start the year off with a bang, and we were able to do that quite a few times.
Roger, what was your thoughts just on how Sandgren played those 7 match points? Did you see him getting it off tentative, or what was happening on those 7 points?
I don't honestly. When he told me 7, I was like, "What?" I thought it was like 3. It was such a blur at some point, and probably now in hindsight, I probably served well on a couple, maybe. I don't even remember. Sorry.
You missed like 4 first serves.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
You see, I don't even remember. And then I think in the rally, I remember there's a few longer rallies on match points, and I just said like, well, if he can belt the backhand down the line, or if he can run around and go huge, and he's willing to take a chance, because you just don't know if you're going to get another opportunity to a match point like this. You got to be a little bit careful, and he did that. So I thought it was the right play in that very moment by him. That's why I feel a bit bad, you know, in a way, because I didn't feel like he did anything really wrong. You know, it's just luck at some point, and I've been on the other side as well. So these ones just sting and they hurt, and I don't know. If you could obviously play them again, you would play them differently. But you know, I could have blinked at the wrong time and shanked, and that would have been it. But I was definitely incredibly lucky today.